Hello everyone, welcome back to my class, Pinnacle of English. In today's class, we are going to learn a very good lesson, 100 Dresses, Part 2. Eleanor is the author, and this lesson is in Class 10 CBSE English. So let's understand the lesson in that. In 100 Dresses 1, there were three characters which were most: Wanda Petronsky, Peggy, and Maddie. These three were friends. They were the classmates. Wanda Petronsky was little bit awkward feeling in her classroom. Her classroom number was number 13. And she was coming from Boggins Heights. It was far from the school. And on the way there was a little bit muddy area was there. And because of that, her pair of shoes becomes dirty. And when she reaches to school, her shoes become dirty and she does not want that anybody points out about her pair of shoes. That's why she was sitting last in the corner of the room, number 13. It was in the last 100 Dresses 1. It was the last moment that the result was going to be announced, but Wanda Petronsky was absent because she won the medal. And this is in the part 2, 100 Dresses part 2. Let's see what happens. Before going to start and discuss our lesson, please don't forget to subscribe my channel, click on like button and share with your friends. If you share the knowledge, the others may read and achieve their success. And that will be an ultimate punya of ours. Let's understand the mind map of this lesson. A letter from Wanda's father. Then next is deep silence in the class when the letter was read by Wanda's class teacher, Miss Mason. Then Maddie had sick feelings because she did not want to disturb Wanda Petronsky more. But as the letter was read by Miss Mason, the class became silence, and even she felt sad. Peggy and Maddie decided to visit Wanda's house to inform her that she won the medal. Maddie resolves. Peggy and Maddie write a letter to Wanda Petronsky. Somehow the letter must reach to her and definitely she must reply. But after all, 1 week passed, but then also there was no reply. But ultimately afterwards there was a letter from Wanda Petronsky. She became very much happy with the change of new school, new place, new area. But she did not become upset whatever happened to her in this school. She did not feel even bad. She even did not write anything that what she felt in the school. But better, she was feeling very nice and she is saying that now I am having 100 dresses. Let's understand the lesson in depth. Introduction of the lesson. In continuation of the previous lesson, the 100 Dresses 2 reveals why Wanda Petronsky had not been coming to school. The Wanda Petronsky family decided to move to a big city where no one would care about their unfamiliar name, because Wanda Petronsky's name was quite different. The other names in the school were normal and easily be spoken. But here Wanda's name was quite awkward, and that's why in her class everybody was teasing her. On hearing the note, Maddie and Peggy got anxious as they realized that they would never get a chance for making amends for all the teasing they had done. They became a little bit worried that they did something wrong. They should not have done that. So many of us are doing mistakes, and from mistakes we are learning from that, and that becomes an experience, right? So we learn from our mistakes. In the same way, here Maddie and Peggy both realized that they should not have done that. They should not have teased Wanda Petronsky. They become very much worried now. Both the girls get relieved only on learning that Wanda liked them and had dedicated one of the 100 dresses drawings to each one of them. And she dedicated everything. No doubt she was saying that I am having 100 dresses in my closet. And she proved by drawing 100 dresses in that competition, and she won the medal. All the dresses were in different colors, different designs, and they were looking different, and she won the medal. But on the day of the result, she was not there. Now let's understand 100 dresses to summary of the lesson. The lesson begins with all the students of room number 30 having a look at the wonderful drawings of Wanda Petronsky, because everybody got surprised by seeing 100 dresses in different colors and different designs. Only then a note is received by Miss Mason from Wanda's father informing that one of his 2 children will attend the school as they are moving to a big city where no one would judge them for their names. So Wanda Petronsky Wanda Petronsky and her brother would not be the part of the school, and the letter reached to Miss Mason in the classroom, because the principal of the school handed that letter to the monitor of the classroom. Monitor reached to the class and handed over that letter to Miss Mason. Miss Mason read the letter. She became very much upset, and even the tears rolled out from her eyes. Who does not understand? When a child leaves the school, the teacher definitely becomes upset. And for that, his or her heart aches. Right? So we remember our past children, wherever, in whichever position they are. We remember that I have taught these children. So only then a note is received by Miss Mason from Wanda's father, and informing that one of his 2 children will attend the school as they are moving from a big city to where no one would judge them by their names. So the father of Wanda Petronsky decided that they should move themselves with their children, and they will move to a big city where they will not be judged by their names. Miss Mason was left shocked and conveyed her disappointment to the class. She became very much upset, and Maddie was affected by this letter of Wanda's father, because Maddie was also from poor family. She was from poor community, and she was also wearing the same shabby clothes. She wanted to stop Peggy of not doing that. But then after she realized that if I stop her, definitely next chance would be of her only. So after Wanda's chance, definitely that Maddie must get a chance to be teased. So She instantly developed an urge, a request to apologize Wanda, to feel sorry, to say sorry to Wanda Petronsky. The same thing Maddie explained it to Peggy, right? And these two both friends rushed to Boggins Heights, and they were hoping that the family had not moved yet, because they wanted to inform Wanda Petronsky that she has won the medal, nobody else. But to their dismay, there was no sign of life in and around the house. There was nobody. They reached to the Boggins Height. They even looked even the backside of the house. Nobody was found. And they realized that entire family had moved to the big city. They became upset. They came back to the school. Maddie lost her sleep thinking what a coward she is, who couldn't stand against the wrong. Maddie lost her sleep, and she was thinking that she was a very coward, very shy girl, and she has done something wrong. Right? She couldn't stand against the wrong. She could not say, could not stop Peggy of doing that. She felt upset. She realized even she was not able to sleep even. That day, she decided that she will never let anyone tease someone like that again. Then after she decided from that day only, she will never ever allow anybody to tease anyone like that. That weekend, Peggy and Maddie both decided to write a letter to Wanda Petronsky. And that was meant to be saying sorry, apologize. But they ended up with writing a friendly note asking her how did she like the new place. They were asking that how did she like the new place. Weeks passed by and there was no reply until one day near Christmas. The weeks passed by, but there was no reply there was no sign, there was no reply from the letter. Miss Mason announces that she heard from Wanda. And she announced that she heard from Wanda Petronsky. And in that letter, Wanda wrote that she misses everyone in the school, everyone in the classroom, and conveyed her intention of gifting one dress each to Maddie and Peggy. See that dedication, see that kindness, see that generosity which was shown from the heart of Wanda Petronsky. This kind of generosity must be held in each and everyone's life. One should have this kind of generosity, kindness, helping hand. Because she has a whole new lot of 100 dresses lined up in her new house. In reality, she was having 100 dresses when she moved to a big city. And she was having more than a new lot of 100 dresses in her new house. Both of them were very happy to receive it, and then after they realized that it was their faces she had drawn along with the dresses. And they realized that it was their faces that had drawn along with the dresses. Superb. Thus, they both concluded that Wanda did like them. Even Wanda also said that they both can take all the drawings to their houses and keep all the dresses in their bedrooms so that they can remember her for a long time. Why do we keep our portrait, or why do we keep our photo frame to our house, our elders, our grandfather, so we can remember after their death also. Here explanation is over. Let's understand NCERT question answers which are really important for board examinations. What did Mr. Petronsky's letter say? Mr. Petronsky later said that Wanda would not come to school anymore as they were shifting to another city. He also said that there nobody would ask them why they had funny names because there were plenty of funny names in the city. Next question. Is Miss Mason angry with the class or is she unhappy and upset? Yes, Miss Mason was unhappy and upset as she was disturbed by the ill treatment to Wanda by the students of her class. She didn't approve of the humiliation, problems, suffering of a child just because of her name, dresses and house. Miss Mason became. Do you think that she was angry with that? Miss Mason became very much upset because dedicated children are moving from one place to one school to other school. The teacher does not like that. Right? So even she did not approve of humiliation of a child just because of her name, dresses and house. Next question. How does Maddie feel after listening to the note from Wanda's father? What was the feeling that Maddie, after listening to the note from Wanda's father? So after listening to the note from Wanda's father, Maddie had a very sick and guilty feeling. Maddie became she was feeling very sad. And even she felt guilty that she did something wrong. And feeling in the bottom of her stomach. She could not concentrate when she tried to prepare her lessons. She even could not concentrate for her study also. She had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet. So that is the answer. Next question. What does Maddie want to do? Maddie wanted to tell Wanda that she didn't want to hurt her feelings. So Maddie was also belonging from a poor family and she realized the same as Wanda Petronsky was feeling. Right? So we come to the next question. NCERT question, long question we see. What excuses does Peggy think up for her behavior? Why? Peggy thought that she was satisfied that she never called Wanda a foreigner or made fun of her name. She also said that she never thought Wanda had even the sense to know that they were making fun of her. Even she realized her mistakes of thinking that Wanda was not bright enough to understand her insult. She did not reply whenever she was teased by Peggy and Maddie. She even never ever replied to their statements. Whatever they were asking, Wanda was answering in a very positive way. I was having 100 dresses, I'm having 50 pair of shoes, like that. Next question. What are Maddie's thoughts as they go to Boggins Heights? Maddie is feeling bad about Wanda and herself. She is feeling very sad for not even getting a chance to say sorry to Wanda. Because they did not get a chance to say sorry. When Miss Mason read that letter in the classroom, they both realized and understood that Wanda Petronsky has left the school. And then Maddie thought that they had done something wrong. And that's why they wanted to, Maddie was feeling sorry. And that's why Maddie thought that they should go to Boggins Heights to meet, to say sorry to Wanda Petronsky. Why does Wanda's house remind Maddie of Wanda's blue dress? Wanda's blue dress was old, faded, but used to be neat and clean. Similarly, in the same way, her house was small and makeshift but clean. Therefore, it reminded Maddie of Wanda's blue dress. Let's go to next question. What does Maddie think hard about? What important decision does she come to? Wanda thinks about not feeling injustice happen to anyone. She makes vow that she would protest if anybody misbehaves with anybody. She won't be a mute spectator. She won't be just a mere spectator the way she did earlier. She did not even interfere when Peggy was speaking to Maddie. Wanda Petronsky. In a way, the episode of Wanda's family leaving that the city works as major change agent for Maddie's personality. Next question, again a big question. What did the girls write to Wanda? The girls wrote a friendly letter to Wanda telling her that she had won the contest. So the girls, Peggy and Maddie, both wrote a letter to Wanda Petronsky that she had won the contest. They also wrote how pretty her drawings were, how beautiful her drawings were. They asked her if she liked the place where she was living and if she liked her new teacher. They wanted to say that they were sorry, they were feeling sorry. However, they ended up with just writing a friendly letter. They signed it with lots of love. Big question, 5 marks for NCERT board examination. Did they get reply? Who was more anxious for a reply, Peggy or Maddie? How do you know it? No, they did not get any reply from the letter. Maddie was more anxious for a reply as she thought a lot about it. She would put herself to sleep making speeches about Wanda and defending her from great crowds of girls who were trying to tense her. Before Wanda could press her lips together in a tight line, which she did before answering, Maddie would cry out and ask everybody to stop, and then everybody would feel ashamed that the way she felt. Peggy, on the other hand, had begun to forget about the whole affair. This shows that Maddie was more worried, more anxious for a reply than Peggy. Because Peggy was very rich and very famous in the school. In the contrary, Maddie was there, she was very much poor, though she was a friend of Peggy. Next question. How did the girls know that Wanda liked them even though they had teased her? The girls came to know that Wanda liked them even though they had teased her and she had asked Miss Mason to give the green dress and red trimming to Peggy and the blue one to Maddie. Later, when Maddie looked at the drawing very carefully, she realized that the dress had a face and a head which looked like her own self. See, Wanda Petronsky even tried her best to draw the face of Maddie in her drawing. The head and face in the drawing given to Peggy looked just like Peggy. And that is why the girls knew that Wanda liked them even though they had teased her. Next question. Why do you think Wanda's family moved to a different city? Do you think life there was going to be different for their family? Wanda's family moved to a different city because of her father felt very bad about the bad behavior of girls towards Wanda Petronsky. Next question. Maddie thought her silence was as bad as Peggy's teasing. Was she right? Yes, Maddie was right. Even she thought that her silence was as bad as Peggy's teasing because her silence encouraged Peggy to tease her. A person who sees something wrong happening in front of him or her is as much an offender as the person committing the offense. Very truly said. Maddie was too afraid to say anything because she did not want to lose Peggy's friendship. Also, she was poor herself, so she feared that everybody would make fun of her too. Next question. Peggy says, I never thought she had the sense to know we were making fun of her anyway. I thought she was too dumb. And look how she can draw. What led Peggy to believe that Wanda's was dumb? Did she change her opinion later? That's the question. Answer of this question is Peggy believed that Wanda was dumb as she could not understand why Wanda said she had 100 dresses, even though she was wearing only one color, that was shabby, very faded blue colored dress. Because she was very poor. She knew everybody was laughing at her. Even then, she kept giving the same answer. I'm having 100 dresses. She even described the dresses she said she had. That is why Peggy thought Wanda was dumb, not able to say something. She changed her opinion later when she saw the 100 dresses Wanda had talked about. She saw the drawings and was highly impressed by their beauty. She realized that Wanda was a very good artist. She changed her opinion, right? And when she saw that 100 dresses Wanda had talked about, she saw the drawings and was highly impressed by their beauty. Even she realized that Wanda was a very good artist. Very important question. What important decision did Maddie make? Why did she have to think hard to do so? The important decision that Maddie made was that she would never stand by and say nothing again. If she ever heard anybody picking on someone because they were very funny looking or because they had strange names, she would speak up. She did not even mind losing Peggy's friendship over it. She knew she could not make things right with Wanda. However, she had decided that in the future she would never make anybody else unhappy again. Very important question. Value-based question. She was unhappy that she could not find Wanda at her home. She could not keep sleep that night. She thought about Wanda, her faded blue dress, and the little house she lived in. She also thought about the 100 glowing pictures which were drawn by her with great efforts, which were all lined up in the classroom. She was feeling guilty of not having said anything when everybody else was teasing Wanda. It was her guilt that made her think very hard and arrive at the important decision. So here we are ending mind map explanation of the lesson, introduction, summary, and NCERT question answers, which are really important for board examination. I hope you will like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel, click on like button, share with your friends. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.